Hey everyone, Andang here on the beta server taking a look at update 23 and the Iron Hills. And there we can see what is essentially Dwarven Mount Rushmore, that's what I'm calling it. And very much still under construction, probably meant to be a lot larger. But yeah, that's a pretty cool statue of a dwarf there. And as we go over this hill, we can see the Iron Hills, which are very, very brown because, well, iron is the color of rust, which is, a brownish color. And yeah, you can just see for a long distance, it feels open like Rohan, but still has a lot of the same dwarven feels as well. It's kind of an interesting combination between the two. And here in the middle of the Iron Hills seems to be a settlement that used to be run by Free Peoples of Middle-earth, but has now been taken over by Easterlings. And it's called Utterby or Utterby or something like that. And yeah, you can't currently go inside it, otherwise I would be exploring it now. But yeah, on all sides there are Easterlings surrounding the city, and in some of the farms around here there's also Easterlings there. So interested to see how the plot forms in this place. I'm sure there'll be some really good storyline there. And here we are now inside Hammerstead, and as you can see there's all sorts of dwarves forging away here. And yeah, it's just another production spot inside the Iron Hills. And if we go out here, wonderful screenshot there, we can see some of the iron dwarven armor, which looks super awesome. As you can see there, really like how that looks. And yeah, Hammerstead just seems to be this combination of mine area and just production facilities. And the minecarts come out seemingly on themselves, on their own, and the door is shut right now, very much under guard by these dwarves, which again have unusual weapons because I guess we're close to the Easterlings and they kind of take influence from that and probably also are trading with the Easterlings. And there does seem to be some type of fight going on here between the dwarves and the Easterlings, as you can see there. Maybe a trade gone wrong, or who knows what's going on there. But still pretty cool. And as I'm traveling through the Iron Hills, one thing I've really noticed is that it's just very empty. There's not much here. I do like that it's one of the widest and most open areas we've seen. There's just all sorts of places you can travel as your character, but there's not really, at least currently on this build of beta, much of a seemingly reason to it. It seems to be just long distances between each place, and I'm not sure exactly why they made that decision. Usually in LOTRO things are very filled out, and there's all sorts of things to be doing between place to place, but here it just seems like there's a lot of travel without much along the way, which kind of concerns me. I hope that they find a way to flesh out this area so that it's not just a bunch of empty iron hills with a few fortresses scattered between. And tucked away in the hills here we can see another dwarven fortress there in the distance. Let's go check it out. Alright, here we are at Yarnfast, and yeah, this is a small dwarven fortress. It's definitely not the giant fortresses we've seen in the Grey Mountains, but still a pretty cool little area. This seems to be kind of the capital area of the Iron Hills. Got all sorts of cool dwarven banners. And of course, the dwarves with their iron armor there. Very cool. And inside it does seem to be one of the more interesting mines and just settlements of the dwarves, where it just kind of all runs together. There's a nice tavern area here. This dwarf doesn't seem to even mind the fact that there is a clear leak over here, creating quite the puddle. And yeah, this place, once again, has definitely seen better days, but it is nice to see this amount of detail. It feels different than any of the other mines we've seen. It's probably most similar to the Redhorn Lodes. And as we continue to make our way through the cave area, we can see an impressive throne here that is an interesting dwarven, very much fire-themed, iron-themed throne here, and it's just nice to see. And there's also a nice tavern, of course, inside because, well, dwarves are dwarves, and nothing like a tavern, and it isn't a dwarven tavern without a dwarven forge, so that's always great to see here. Just another nice tavern in LOTRO. There have been so many great taverns out of the game. Nice to see yet another one here. Alright, this has been the Iron Hills. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below, and I'll see you again real soon as I continue to make my way through the update. And of course, we do have the Rust River there as the iron is turning it into a different color. Just a nice touch seen there by the LOTRO developers. And yeah, once again, another great area coming with update 23.